Hi, I'm Alex.
And this is Frank.
And today we're going to be talking about all of the Spider-Man films.
Yeah.
Well, and by all, I just mean the Raimi and the recent one.
We're going to talk about this, and it's going to have some spoilers.
Yeah,
If
so...
you haven't seen the movie, just...
Yeah, if you haven't watched it, stop this video now. Okay, so... Let's talk about The Amazing Spider-Man first of all. What was that at the end?
What was it? I don't know. That last part was just some guy who comes in and says, "Did you tell Peter?" And I'm like, what's so important that you have to tell him? And who knows about Peter?
What I don't know. That really did confuse me a little bit, cause like they showed that scene in the trailers. I mean, like I remember seeing that one, and I didn't see it at all in the movie, and I was just thinking like, okay, maybe they're not gonna put it in.
It's probably a deleted scene or something.
No, I think this movie had really poor advertisements. Like I don't know,
It's just they pretty much.
Well, maybe not poor. Poor is not the right word.
I don't think they should have put it inside the trailer. I mean.
Yeah, they reveal too much in the trailers. Not saying it's a bad movie. I still thought it was great.
Even though you didn't know what that scene was about, I don't think you should put that at the end. Well, yeah, just leave the endings to the endings. Don't put it anywhere else.
Yeah. What did you think about what's the face? Captain Stacy.
Captain Stacy. Oh, at first, I thought he was kind of a douche for thinking that Spider-Man was just this bad guy in a costume doing the jobs of police.
Well, technically, it is against the law to take the law into your own hands.
But this guy's doing so much more, and he's helping. I mean, he saved the kid and a bunch of other people off when Lizard Man just throws him off the bridge.
Which is Lizard, not Lizard.
Oh, the Lizard? Okay, so forget it. Just go.
It's Daniel. Well, the police didn't actually see that. Although you would think that they would take a statement from some of the people that were on the bridge, like, okay, so how did this happen? Some giant dinosaur or whatever knocked us off. Definitely wasn't Spider-Man, and at the very minimum, it was not Spider-Man.
I know. I don't think Spider-Man would do that. I mean, he only fights bad guys.
Yeah. I did like how he kind of like figures out who Spider-Man is towards the end, though. Because like that kind of does happen in the comics.
Captain Stacy, in this one, he reveals Captain Stacy that he is Spider-Man, because he does take the mask off. Captain Stacy takes the mask off. He fights off the other police, and it reveals Captain Stacy. I'm Peter Parker.
Captain Stacy was basically the equivalent of Commissioner Gordon in the comics. Like, sort of the same relationship. I mean, I wish that they had gone a little further, like maybe have him get killed off in the sequel. I would have preferred that, but this is fine. I was okay with it.
Now, for those of you who have seen, who have read the comic, and I'm sure many of you have read the comic, for those of you who haven't, I'm sure you didn't feel anything, pretty much, when Captain Stacy dies. I mean, I didn't, and I know Spider-Man for a long time. I didn't feel that.
You know him personally?
Oh no, I've known Spider-Man, the comic.
Of him.
I've known of him for a long time.
I'm just messing.
And I didn't feel that connection between Peter and when he was Captain Stacy dying. There was just not that big of a dramatic scene. Not like when Harry dies in Spider-Man 3. You know he died. You feel that?
Yeah, I guess. But in all fairness, that when Harry died in those movies, they had like 2 more movies to build up the character. Like you are already attached to him. I also was. I kind of found it weird that this is one of the first. Well, maybe not. Well, actually, no. This is pretty much one of the first superhero movies where the villain doesn't die.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't die.
I'm trying to think of one right now.
In fact, he turns into a sort of hero at the end. He saves Peter.
Well, I wouldn't say hero. Just like
he reverts back to normal.
Yeah,
ends up
like
saving Peter.
I think we can assume that the serum kind of made him a little crazy. So that's and when it wore off, then like, oh dang, what the heck am I doing? Well, this guy's falling off. I'm gonna save him.
They did say that the ultimate predator was a reptile, and then you can't
well, they did say that, but I gotta disagree with them. I'm sure there's something. Well,
Oh, we're the ultimate predators now. Humans are.
no. What about the movie Predators? Those are even better predators.
We still win. If they all came out, wouldn't be that. This is not the movie with Predator.
All right. Anyways, so I had to like really compare this with Spider-Man 2 because I think we can all agree that that was the best of the three Raimi films, and it was a clear winner. Well, not a clear winner. It was a really hard debate in my brain.
I think that's the Amazing Spider-Man topped Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2.
It did, without a doubt, top Spider-Man 1. And if you think it was not better than Spider-Man 3, something's wrong with you.
Spider-Man 3, oh, that is a joke.
It was the dancing that did it, and if it wasn't for the dancing, we might have let it get away with all these things, but no, the dancing is what murdered it.
Let's talk about the plot holes in the Amazing Spider-Man. They didn't catch the guy who kills Uncle Ben.
Oh yeah, like they kind of just forgot about him.
Yeah, Peter was just like, oh yeah.
I mean that was like the whole motivation and everything. Like, okay, this guy killed my uncle. I'm looking for him, and he even starts like catching people, and like he checks.
Yeah, and he
for the
stops
star
that as
on
soon
the-
as he sees the lizard.
I mean, in all fairness, like, okay, this guy's kind of destroying like, he's causing chaos all over the place. I should probably stop him. That makes sense, but then after he's gone, it's like, oh yeah, Uncle Ben's killer's out there. Okay, whatever.
Time to go back to my side.
I mean, I'll be honest, I forgot a little bit, but then it shows the poster at the end. It's still on his board, so like, aren't you supposed to be doing something?
Also, let's talk about how like they didn't reveal what Peter's parents were doing or
Yeah,
why they ran.
they said that in the trailers, like, the untold story, even though everyone else.
All they said was that they died in a plane crash.
Yeah, which
It
does
doesn't-
happen in the comics,
It
but
doesn't explain
they,
why they left.
yeah, they explain nothing. I mean, apparently they worked at Oscorp.
So
That-
you know they were threatened. Someone was threatening them. And
Yeah,
they had to leave. Or
no, it was Oscorp. Remember?
Oscorp was threatening them.
Well, at least that's what I got from it. I don't know.
I couldn't tell. It was just, all I know is that they were working on something.
We talked at the wrong moment in the theater, and there it is. So let's talk about what made Amazing better than the Raimis.
I think
Or-
it was, one thing I liked about the Amazing Spider-Man was that the action and how he fought Lizard.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good, but I'm gonna let Spider-Man 1 slide because the CGI was we were still getting there.
Oh yeah, this one definitely had better CGI.
Yeah.
Let's see. It was all about strategy and how he used his webs. It wasn't just about his super strength.
Yeah, like even in the comics, like he has to like really calculate really quickly. Like, okay, how much web do I need? All right, here. And like there's been some cases when he's falling. Then, okay, I need this much amount of web. I can create a net, and then he has to do that in just a few seconds. Otherwise, flat.
No, that's right. There's even a scene somewhere. It's towards the ending, right, where he didn't calculate it right and he ends up falling. When he's trying to head to Oscorp.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And they didn't show. That's another thing. They didn't show Norman.
Well,
Or
they
Harry.
kind of did. Like they showed his face on a computer. I mean, I think we can assume that was him.
Was it Willem Dafoe?
No. I liked how they had Spider-Man more of a Joker in here. Like he actually was like messing with the people he was fighting with.
Oh yeah, he did that so many times with Lizard.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I mean, of course, there's a scene in the trailer like, "Oh, my knife's my one weakness,"
Mm-hmm.
and I saw that in the movie. It was still pretty funny watching it.
I would like to know how he got into that car.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering that too. Like, it's funny, but how did he get in
Mm.
there with? And then he got out without opening the door or anything. How did he do that?
Just magic.
I like how he did. The webbing is not included in with him. Like he built it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he technically stole it, but he built it.
Yeah.
So
I thought it was a pretty genius idea with the whole web thing in the sewers. That was a pretty smart idea.
Oh yeah, and like he's just waiting there, and then like all of a sudden it starts vibrating and everything.
Like
And that's what spiders do. Like something hits the web, they feel the vibration. Like okay, they're coming from this one. So that was a pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
Although it was a little stupid of him when he had the camera there. Like, if you're Spider-Man, why would you have a camera that says "Property of Peter Parker"?
He was new to it. He'll eventually learn.
I guess. They're already working on the second one. It should come out in like 2 years.
Oh,
2014.
Hopefully it's gonna be as good as Spider-Man 2, and
Hopefully it'll have the same transition like with Spider-Man 1 to Spider-Man 2. Like Spider-Man 2 was so much better, and Spider-Man was already pretty good. So I'm hoping it'll be the same ratio. Like the Amazing Spider-Man 2 will be, oh my god, this is awesome.
we should talk about the ending scene to Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man. Who was he? And
I don't know. I mean, people are saying either Mysterio or Norman Osborn.
well,
I can't.
This guy came through the wall. There's just no way.
I don't know.
Can't be Norman. I don't think it is.
Like this. I don't know. It like kind of. It was extremely confusing, and I was a little disappointed that they showed it in the trailers. They shouldn't have, but they did.
It also says that this guy knows who Peter is.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping that they would show that his parents actually worked for S.H.I.E.L.D., because that does happen in the comics. So, but nope, nothing like that.
And I'm also hoping that they show cameos of the Avengers. See.
Oh yeah, I was not even looking for Easter eggs this time. I normally do.
No, I didn't see any Easter eggs. I didn't see anything like Iron Man or Captain America, at least.
America.
Stan Lee was pretty good.
Oh my god, this has to be the best Stan Lee cameo ever.
Well, I think Stan Lee must have lost all of his nerves in his body. He can't feel a vibration, really, or like.
I don't know why, but this Stan Lee kind of reminds me of the one in the Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm not too crazy about that show, but I think Stan Lee is probably the best part of it.
Yes, that was hilarious. I don't know if you haven't seen it.
Don't. We'll find it somewhere and try to see if we can get Stan Lee for it. If you have any suggestions for any other movies that we should review, post your response in the comments below.
And if you like this video, like and subscribe.
Alright, see you next time.
Later.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man.